known faces. As I'm getting older, some lesser known faces, which is good. And so many VIPs today, all those of you in school uniform. It's your day. It's your event. On behalf of the Telegraph Education Foundation and the assessment panel of the Telegraph School Awards for Excellence, I extend a very warm welcome to each one of you to this, the 27th edition of the Telegraph School Awards for Excellence. Last night, as I sat down to collect my thoughts, I began to reminisce and recall what had happened to me as a person and where life had taken me over these 26 years. It brought a smile to my face as I scratched the surface and remembered that I was not yet 33 when it all began in 1996. You can calculate how old I am now. There I was, a concerned, a trifle confused, but proud father of 2 little girls. Here I am now, a concerned, a trifle confused, but proud father of 3 adult women who have stepped out to live their own lives. On a lighter note, I thought of how heavy I have become over the last 26 years. Here's the secret: all of 26 kilos heavier, thanks to Shujata in our kitchen. But as I dug deeper and moved from just recalling to reflecting on my life and my family's and my wife Denise's and all the people who have worked closely with me, BDG, Partho, Shomnath, Kavita, all our friends in ABP and the Telegraph, members of the assessment panel and trustees, we realized that we have given very little, but we have received much more. We have been enriched, humbled, and rewarded. Sure, the 2 years of the pandemic and the lockdown have taken their toll on every one of us. But I know many people who have come out the stronger for it, more concerned, more connected, more compassionate, and more committed. Sadly, however, it is equally true that so many in society have not. They've gone back to their lives as if nothing untoward happened. They've gone back to their lives as if everything was just the same. Well, the mask no longer covers the mouth and the nose. The blindfolds, sadly, are back on, blinding them completely from the realities around them of desperation, deprivation, and the rapidly increasing difference between those who have and those who don't. It is tragic but true. If what has happened, friends, over the last 2 years hasn't affected us, not even the fragility of life or the inevitability of death, then nothing ever will. So come, friends, let us reflect on what has happened immediately around us, to us, our families, our school, in our schools, in our workplaces, over the last 2 years. Since we've taken off our masks, let's do the same with the blindfolds. Let's put them away for good, forever. For there are none so blind as those who will not see. A very warm welcome to all of you to this wonderful auditorium at St. James School. We're deeply grateful to the Bishop of Kolkata, Bishop Paritosh Canning. Thank you, Bishop. Thank you, Mr. Terence Island, and the management of the school and the staff of the school. It's wonderful to be here in this wonderful auditorium. It is now my proud privilege to request the chairman of the Telegraph Education Foundation, Mr. Amitav Dotto, to address us. Mr. Dotto is a strong man himself. Unfortunately, He and his wife lost their grown-up daughter, but he continues to accept the challenges of life. And he is far away in Rotterdam, in the Netherlands, and he will address us in a pre-recorded message from there. Mr. Amitava Dotto.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and my young friends. On behalf of the trustees of the Telegraph Education Foundation, welcome to the 27th edition of the Telegraph School Awards. This journey has been very, very satisfying and enriching for all of us at the Telegraph School Awards. The various schools during these years have shared their experiences and achievements, and I'm sure have learned from each other. We at the Telegraph Education Foundation have tried to help and touch the lives of students who were fighting in adversity in order to pursue their educational goals. Over the years, we have been fortunate to have been able to stand by and financially support innumerable such students. Last year, for example, we were able to disburse scholarships worth 50 lakhs to around 500 students. This would not have been possible without the help of corporates, schools, and individuals who provided us not only the financial support, but also helped us identify the students. We are extremely grateful to them. This year, the number of entries for the school awards was much, much higher. Thank you very much, schools. And a very special thank you to the Awards and Scholarship Committee, chaired by Professor Shukanta Chaudhary, along with Professor Parthu Ghosh, Raju Mukherjee, and Sujata Sen. Thank you. A very big thank you to Mr. Neeraj Shah and the Bhawanipur Education Society for all your support. And a very special thank you to Dr. Shubharnu Bose, who has been a pillar of strength and has supported all the activities of the Telegraph Education Foundation over the years. We look forward to your support and your guidance in the future as well. Thank you very much once again, all of you, from wherever you are. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for supporting us. And thank you for helping us. We look forward to your help in the future. Thank you very much. And over to Barry.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dotto. Though Mr. Dotto has thanked all our, we won't call them associates and partners, we'll call them angels who have joined us over the years and remain with us, many of them for many, many years. Thank you very much, IIHM, Bhawanipur Education Society College, our school admission partner, admissiontree.com. Our category sponsors, Ambuja Neotia, the APJ Group and the Paul family, Caring Minds, Balaram Chini Mills, Madan Lal Dhandhania Charitable Trust, Kalyan Bharati Trust, Denise O'Brien, Vidya Mandir Society. Thank you very much for joining us this year. And all the individual sponsors of the scholarships. As you just heard, 50 lakhs, it's just a drop in the ocean, and our chairman would like it to go up by leaps and bounds. So here's my opening message. If you want to come forward to be a part of this, to offer a scholarship in memory of somebody you have lost, please come forward and contact us. If you see a deserving child who comes up on the stage, we are giving this scholarship this year. But if you want to continue that scholarship or want to commit for the coming year for that child, do be in touch with us a year in advance. So a few months down the line, we can tell that boy or girl that we have an angel who's come forward to take it forward. And instead of us using our funds next year for that child, we will use the funds to find another deserving child. We're also grateful to schools who have come forward. Lakshmipat Singhania Academy, Kontai Public School, DPS Megacity, Haryana Vidya Mandir, Purushottam Bhagchandka School, MCV KV Charity Trust, and all the other institutions who have come forward, and the individuals Professor Shukanta Chaudhary, Mrs. Indrani Goswami, Mr. Raju Mukherjee, Mr. Shokti Das Roy, Dr. Professor Krishna Roy, Ms. Sunita Sen, Ms. Indrani Sanyal, Ms. Anjana Saha, Dr. Geetosri Mukherjee, Mr. Aruna Bodeb, Ms. Keka Mittir, Naina Sarkar, Tomonath Banerjee, Amrita Mukherjee, Shivaji Rokhi, Chotadru Basu, and many, many more. They never like their names mentioned, but I think it's extremely important to recognize their contribution. You'll be happy to know, especially those of you who head corporate organizations, that not only do we have 80G, we also this year, last year, got a certification for the FCRA, and we have a certification for the funds that can come in, from your organization as CSR. I get mixed up with all the letters of the alphabet because I'm a non-accounts person. So all the CSR that your company can give, if you think ours is a worthwhile cause, please pass it on to us, and we promise you that every rupee will be well spent. We're about to begin, and usually before we begin, I share with you a theme, a very simple theme. The theme is not to change the world, but the theme helps us to think about or to contemplate on a particular part of our education system. So over the years, we've had themes like the syllabus being overburdened or overburdening for young people, Skule Bagta Boddo Bhari. We've had bonding beyond borders, where we invited students and schools from Pakistan. We've had focus on child labor, focus on the girl child, focus on children who are homeless and hungry and yet need to go to school. This year, the theme is a little different. Friends, we as teachers, adults, and parents need to ask ourselves, do we encourage, do we even allow children to be curious? Children to ask questions? Or are we always saying, quiet, quiet, sit down now, not now, not now? That is something that we have to ask ourselves as parents, as teachers, as educators, as adults. So our theme today is to encourage young people to be curious, to not just ask questions, but often even question the answers. Albert Einstein said, the important thing is not to stop questioning. He went on to say, the mind that opens to a new idea never returns to its original size. And then he says, education is not the learning of facts, but the training of minds to think. Einstein must have said that 100 years ago, but 2,000 years ago, the Greek philosopher Plutarch, he said, the mind is not a vessel to be filled, but a fire to be kindled. Not a vessel to be filled with facts and rote learning. So friends, my message to children, teenagers, and young adults, be curious. Don't hesitate to ask questions politely and at the right time. Some people will scold you for it, even chastise you or punish you. But don't let that stop you from thinking and getting the questions, wanting to ask more, wanting to know more. Because you can be stopped in a public forum, but no one, young friends, can stop you from asking questions in the silence of your hearts and the silence of your minds. And someday, as you grow in age, as you grow in size, as you grow in confidence, as you grow in courage, those silent questions from your heart and from your mind will spontaneously find their way to your lips and to your life. And you will have the courage and the conviction to ask those questions. And we as adults, we need to stop filling their vessels with our own thoughts and ideas and start kindling a curiosity that will lead to a fire of knowledge, creativity, and most importantly, compassion. Let's think about it and let's do something about it. Friends, it's now time to begin with the awards ceremony and call upon our first guest and our first representative of a family that has been with us right from the beginning, Mrs. Meenu Budhia. Ma'am, if you could join us on stage, please. Mrs. Meenu Budhia. This is the Caring Minds Award for a school that cares. If you don't mind, I'll start introducing you while you are coming up, just to save time. It's lovely to have this compact auditorium where we can move faster. Thank you very much, ma'am, and thank you, the Budhia family. Well, Caring Minds is Kolkata's first super speciality mental health facility. Caring Minds is a state-of-the-art center for psychological growth, the first of its kind in Kolkata, where mental health professionals provide their expert services to issues both clinical and non-clinical at the center. And we're very happy to have Mrs. Budhia, who's a psychotherapist and a counselor, and she's also the founder-director of Caring Minds, as well as the founder-director at I Can Fly, an institute for special needs, and the founder of Cafe I Can Fly, a cafe with a cause, and the director of the Pattern Group, who have been with us right through. Thank you very much, ma'am, and thank you, the Pattern Group, and thank you, Caring Minds. School that cares. Many schools care. Most schools care. Can't say all schools care, but most schools care. And we were very happy to honor many of them at the South City School the other day, last Saturday, when many were present. So congratulations to all of them. Joint winners. First, let me welcome on stage Sri Jain Vidyalaya. Now, you can clap later on, because while I speak about the school, please come forward, the representatives of the school. 20% of the entire school fees were reduced for all students for 2 consecutive years. The entire fees of 300 students were totally waived for 2 years. The school management provided 30 tabs to students of classes 11 and 12 for their online studies. And they also gave smartphones to needy students in lower classes. And they constantly provide books and free study materials to all needy students who applied to the school. Ladies and gentlemen, Sri Jain Vidyalaya, proud recipients of the Caring Minds Award for a school that cares. No school does anything for awards. But there was this little fragile, skinny lady from Loreto, Italy. She didn't do anything for an award, but when she received the Nobel Peace Prize, she accepted it gracefully. 1 minute, one more, ma'am. Humbly and gracefully, and it inspired and motivated her to reach out further. There's another school, and this is a little school with about 50 students, a little less noise. Bondhu, ektu volume kam kore. Sorry, that's the teacher and me. It's called Ankur. Now, Ankur is situated at the Kamal Ghazi and Shonarpur area. This is a people's movement. So they've got about 50 or 60 students now. They say that the education they provide is at par with good English medium play and primary schools in the city. All first-generation learners. The parents, this is very interesting. One parent is called for each class or day to spend time in the classroom and see what is being done, because those parents have never been to school. Kavita, should they come this way? How will they come this way? It's blocked. They can't come this way. It's blocked. It means from the back. Okay, 1 minute. You have to enter those stairs. Go up. I'll request you to help us. Our volunteers are there. Please go up those stairs, come in, and then come in. I'm really feeling like the vice principal of a school now at assembly. No offense to principals. Many principals take assembly still. Okay. Now, this school is really special because everything is free. The study materials, the books, everything. And everything is self-generated in the school. Besides that, since 2017, they've been running a mobile library van in that area of Narendipur, Shonarpur, etc. And besides that, it's not just education as an academics, it's picnics, sports, dancing, cultural events. Friends, this is an example of how the parents and people around you in society can come together. You don't need to wait for everything to be government generated or education institution generated. Please put your hands together for the children, the teachers, and the management of Ankur who received the Caring Minds Award for a school that cares. Okay, these sort of efforts raise us up. They raise us up because they open our minds and our hearts. Ankur is just a drop in the ocean. May they be an Ankur in every locality of Kolkata and beyond. Congratulations. Keep up the good work. God bless the children, the parents, and each one of you. And thank you very much, Mrs. Budhia. Mrs. Budhia, sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm going to request you to hand over a small token of our appreciation, which is a small amount on behalf of. Is Mrs. Datta also joining us? Okay, fine. So, ma'am, just 1 minute. Can we ask Mrs. Shujata Datta? Could you please come up, ma'am? Mrs. Shujata Datta, apni question ki. Mrs. Datta is the mother of Shomak Datta. Shomak is Rivu. Is he here? Is she here? Not here. Okay, just to Ashun. Mr. and Mrs. Datta, their younger son Rivu was born on a sunny spring day on the 11th of March in 1995. He was a student of Don Bosco School, Bandel. He loved history, music, cricket. Unfortunately, he was diagnosed with Duchenne muscular dystrophy in 2000, a genetic disorder which some of you may know really is a progressive muscle degeneration. And he received the Courage Award twice, which is a rare thing. Unfortunately, Rivu passed away in 2015 at the young age of 19. His parents didn't get them down. Whatever little funds they had collected for or saved for his studies, they have donated 5 lakhs of rupees to the Telegraph Education Foundation. So from that, we use the interest every year to help a school. So an amount is being handed. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Datta, and thank you, Mrs. Budhia. Mr. and Mrs. Datta, can we have you also with that side of Mrs. Budhia? Yeah, if you can go. No, that side, Mrs. Budhia, this side, and Mr. and Mrs. Datta in the middle. Yeah, because we have got to hand it over to them. The certificate, the envelope. We're not giving enough? Yeah, okay, fine. Thank you. We need to hand it over to the school because it is a token of appreciation to try and build their infrastructure in some way. Thank you very, very much, Mr. and Mrs. Datta. They have another son who's doing very well, I think, in Ireland, where he's a doctor. Thank you. He's in Sweden. Is he a doctor? Okay. He's in Sweden. He's a doctor. Thank you very much, Mrs. Budhia. And Mrs. Datta, I usually don't do this, but something is telling me, I want this wonderful lady to speak for 30 seconds. Thank you.
Good morning, each and everyone. Actually, what can I say about the Telegraph Education Foundation? It's an organization really feels for the student, feel for who is coming up and who will be coming up. Please, I would request all of you, if you can, join hands with the Telegraph Education Foundation. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I think that is a wonderful, beautiful message to come forward and whatever you can. Every drop in the ocean counts. We now move on to the Anand Paul Memorial Award for Social Service. May I welcome on stage Mrs. Indrani Dashgupta Paul, trustee of the APGA schools and a member of the Paul family. The Paul family needs no introduction, not in Kolkata and not in this region. Thank you, ma'am, for being with us as a representative. Mrs. Shireen Paul, that is ma'am's mother-in-law, took over the chairmanship of the APJ Surendra Group under tragic circumstances in 1990. But she and her family, she's now the chairman emeritus, her son Karan, who is the chairman, and daughters Priya and Preeti, they have come forward. They had two tragic losses, one of her husband, Surendra Paul, and her youngest son, Anand, in whose memory they have initiated this social service award. Thank you, ma'am. Two schools, we honored 17 schools received appreciation certificates and 23 received honor certificates at the South City. Let's give them a round of applause, and some of them are doing really good work. Well, the winner today is, I've got 3 pages. Obviously, I can't read all 3 pages, but please put your hands together after I finish talking about, in the meantime, apnar egi ashte paren, Silver Point School. Now, Silver Point School have constant, right through the year, long-term as well as short-term projects. To tell you about a few of them, 80 adult literacy kits were handed over to domestic help or maids, and through their parents, handed over to domestic help. They have a free street library in collaboration with iLead. They have adopted an underprivileged school in the hills, far away in the Darjeeling district. For 2 weeks every year, from 12 noon to 2 p.m., they distribute water, drinking water, to people who are hot and tired at the Roktala crossing. They collaborate with HelpAge to raise funds for the elderly. They have distributed juris and bamboo baskets at the local melas that happen over there. They have, with the local councillor of Ward 91, they have come together to try and clean the ponds that are around that area. They constantly distribute food packets and clothes to underprivileged children. They have a bird feeder. They had a bird feeder making workshop where they got the children to make these colorful, bird feeder pots, I suppose, and they use that to feed the birds. They have very interesting, they have an eco brick. It's a green canteen. An eco brick is a plastic bottle packed to a set density with used plastic. It is packed tightly and can be used as a building block. Silver Point School children took the initiative and created an eco brick canteen by using 350 plastic bottles. They have many other schemes. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Silver Point School, who received the Anand Paul Memorial Award for Social Service. Please carry on the good work. I'm sure you will be motivated just a little bit to do more and more. Congratulations. May I request, ma'am, to please stay with us, because there's one more award to be given from your family and from the APJ group. That is the Surendra Paul Memorial Award for Courage. Mr. Surendra Paul, as you all know, was an industrialist and a big name in the tea industry particularly, and under tragic circumstances lost his life when things were not all right in the Northeast. This is in his memory. And we're very happy to have you here with us, ma'am, because all these years, we have spoken about your family. It's nice to have one of you with us. 16 children received these Courage Awards on Saturday last at the South City. We have 5, all of them are winners, and we have 5. We have kept the numbers down a little this year just to make it a little shorter. Otherwise, I go on for 4 hours. I'll only go on for 2 hours today. So let's welcome our first special hero. Riddhi Roy of Jyotirmoy Public School, Shonarpur. Riddhi studies in class 6. He suffers from a rare disease called myelomemingocele, which is a birth defect in his spinal cord and his spine. He's a passionate painter. Yeah, we'll clap for him, don't worry. He's a passionate, you can clap for him now while I speak. He's a passionate painter. He never misses school, and he wants to splash colors all over his life's canvas with joy and positivity. Ladies and gentlemen, Riddhi Roy, winner of the Courage Award, the Surendra Paul Memorial Award for Courage. You can keep clapping. Let him feel good. Let him feel the moment. Dil chota hai, lekin ambition bahut ऊंचा है. Okay, congratulations, Riddhi. Keep going for it. We want to see you as... yeah, you want to show the certificate again? Yeah, okay. We now welcome on stage a special person. Young people over there, when you give trouble to eat or you don't want to eat this food or that food, think of this amazing young girl. She has a problem eating. When for a few minutes you can't breathe because everything is closed in or the air conditioning is gone, think of this special young girl. When you are finding it difficult to speak and you are grumbling because there's something, your throat is not good for that day, think of this. Think of Shrishti Mondol of South City International School. She has a problem eating, speaking, and breathing. She's in class 12. She has been compromised. Her medical condition is compromised due to Apert syndrome, which is basically something that can affect your nervous system, your limbs, your face, your skull, okay? And she, in spite of this, and her fingers are webbed, in spite of all this, she's a brilliant artist. She has beautiful handwriting. And she can sing well. She won an inter-school talent contest. She scored 86% in the ICSE last year. She's studying science. She was asked in the ICSE, do you want somebody to help you, or what is it called, a scribe? And she said, thank you very much, because she believes she can do it all on her own. Ladies and gentlemen, Shrishti Mondol of South City International. She says, she wants me to tell you, I am as special as you are, if not a little more. Our next special person she was in a Hindi medium school, then she moved to an English medium school, CBSC, then was shifted to ICSC. She lost her mother when she was 10, and 2 years later when she was 12, she lost her father. Those of you who have your parents with you and you're fighting with them all the time or being impatient with them, let Uma Kumari Agarwal inspire you. Well, she lives with her grandparents, and in spite of the great sorrow that she has been through and continues to go through, her grandparents have stood by her, and she didn't let this affect her. Teachers say there are no words to describe what she went through. Well, she scored in the ISC 98.75 and topped the school in the commerce. She's from QMS Salt Lake, Uma Kumari Agarwal. Look at the smile, the beaming smile on her face. Congratulations, Uma Kumari. I wish I could smile like you. I frown even when I get a little pain anyway. We have two more special young people in this category. One of them is in class 5, Lakshmipat Singhania Academy. On the 24th of September 2021, he was diagnosed with a rare neurological disorder called Guillain-Barré syndrome, which affected his motor skills severely. And he didn't let it affect him because he wants to be a chess player. He's really, really good. And he competes big time. You can't take it easy with him because his mind is really focused. And friends, he's not yet a grandmaster in chess, but he's a grandmaster of life. Please put your hands together for Yatharth Poddar of Lakshmipat Singhania Academy. And he's countering every move made by the disease to challenge him. He's countering it and is determined not to be checkmated by it. He says, no way I'm going to let it checkmate me. More power to you, more courage to you. Yatharth Poddar of Lakshmipat Singhania Academy. These are little people with big hearts and big minds and big ambitions and big lives. And finally, I will share with you how we received it, because we received this information a month ago, 6 weeks ago, sometimes 2 months ago. He studies in class 7. He is confined to his wheelchair due to spinal muscular atrophy type 2. He idolizes Stephen Hawking. He has never been disabled in spirit, although his physical condition has deteriorated by the day. He comes to school and mixes around with everybody, does everything that everyone does. He's won medals in the International Mathematics Olympiad. Unfortunately, a few weeks ago, when he went for a surgery in Manipal, he lost his father due to the COVID pandemic. It was only his mother looking after him. And unfortunately, when he went for the surgery in Manipal, he couldn't make it through the surgery. And Shaptanshu Ghosh of Adamus International School, well, the angels took him away. And we don't give any awards posthumously, but if the information has reached us before, then we honor that, because we really want to salute his spirit. We want to salute his mother and his family. His mother is here and is courageous, very courageous lady. She is coming up to receive this honor on behalf of her son. Mrs. Ghosh, please. Is Mrs. Ghosh here? Mrs. Ghosh is here? No? Okay. You are teachers from the school? Okay. The teachers, please come forward. And the teachers from Adamus are receiving this honor. And I think it's a message over here, friends. There's a song I like, which was written in the 1950s. It says, "Give me my flowers while I'm living, and let me enjoy it while I can." That was our intention. Don't wait to honor somebody, or don't wait to salute somebody. Do it now. Please put your hands together really loud. So Shaptanshu, thank you for filling us with your spirit of courage. Thank you, teachers, for being over here. Thank you very much, Mrs. Indrani Dashgupta Paul, and thank you, the APJ group and the Paul family and Auntie Shireen, for being with us right from the start. Thank you. A few years ago, you may have heard about it or read about it, when a very lively, talented young lady, Sonika Simon Singh Chauhan, model, a TV host, a dancer, and a person who was so full of life. Unfortunately, she passed away due to an accident, a road accident on the 29th of April, 2017. Her parents, Vijay and Sharon Singh, from that next year onwards, they have instituted the Sonika Chauhan Award for Courage. Today, we're honored to have with us two of Sonika's or Sonu's friends from nursery. They've been together from nursery. Akshita Nigam and Simrat Kaur, are you here? If both of you could come up, please. You're here. You are? Akshita. Let's clap for Akshita for showing the courage to come here. It's not an easy thing to do. Sharon and Vijay are out of the city, and they have requested Akshita to come. Thank you very much, Akshita. Before I'm just catching people off guard. If you can just tell us in 30 seconds, what was so special about this young girl, friend of yours, which would inspire other young people?
Really caught me off guard there, but I think everyone who knows Sonika, she was really full of life. I don't think she ever took up a challenge that she, there are a lot of us who take up a challenge and then we'll give our 100%, but then at least I'm like that. But I have never seen that girl take up a challenge and not give her 100%. Like, she has to do whatever she can, but she will put in her 100%. I haven't seen a person more earnest and more full of life than her. And yeah, that's it. And in my experience, I think she'd like you to know that anything can happen at any time. So please live your life to the fullest. Thank you.
Beautiful. They say when you catch people off guard, they speak from the heart. Yep. So live your life to the fullest. John Lennon wrote, "Life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans." So thank you very much for being here. This award this year will be presented to Avanika Bishash of the BSS school. Avanika and her parents were traveling by car, not on a joyride. They were returning, having collected the MEd certificate of her mother. And Baba was driving, Ma was in front, Avanika was at the back. And this was on the 27th of October, 2021. And they stopped because there was a huge truck that had blocked the way and couldn't move. So while people were making preparations to move it, unfortunately, the car was struck from the back, rammed the car twice. I'm not sure whether it's from the back, but it's rammed the car twice. And Avanika was stuck between the two seats. And while the father cried out in pain and he was helped to come out of the car, her mother and she could not. Avanika, in all that pain, she actually had the presence of mind to ask for a telephone, remembered the telephone number. Impossible these days. Nobody knows their own number. The mobile numbers of her uncle. She called her uncle and aunt and asked them for help. As a result, the crane and the ambulance came much sooner. And she could hear in the middle of all this people murmuring that her mother was no more. She didn't believe it and she didn't give in. Well, what happened was very unfortunate. They were moved to the hospital and her mother had already passed away. And she had several injuries. She's had about 3 surgeries already. Her father was very, very badly injured, but they are overcoming their grief and their pain of losing her mother and his wife. And they feel that life must go on, inspired by her spiritual presence. Please put your hands together for Avanika Biswas of the BSS school. The accident has changed her life, as you can see. She uses a walker. I think, friends, a much louder applause for her spirit, her courage, her determination, her mind working. And Avanika, I'm sure that your mother will be very, very proud of you. And Auntie Sharon and Uncle Vijay, I will introduce you to them because they lost Sonu. You lost your mother. It's time you both meet. Thank you. And thank you. Thank you very much for being with us. Thank you, Akshita. Every year I tell Shukantoda and Amitoda and Dhrubu and others that I'm getting old. Now you can even see it. But actually it takes its toll. I'd love to do it for another 100 years, but it takes its toll. But on the other hand, Denise and I and everybody associated with it, we're more prepared for, I know nothing prepares you for anything in your own life, but God has prepared us in a special way. We now move on to the Ambuja Neotia Award for Excellence in Maintenance and Eco-Friendly Initiatives. Again, the Neotia family, Harsh and Madhu, have been with us right through from the start, all these 26 years. And we have a representative from the company who is with us today. I'll just, if you don't mind, ask you your name because we were waiting for the... No? Okay. Right. So I'm going to ask a person from here who has, you know that Bishanath BDG does all the work, and you know that Barry does little of the work nowadays, and Denise does a lot of work, and Partho does a lot of work, and Shomnath does a lot of work, and our team. But there's a lady over there standing in the middle, Kavita Paul. She has been a silent worker from the first day. She's never missed a Telegraph School Awards for Excellence. I need to find out how she didn't put on 26 kilos, but please welcome Kavita. We give you the honor of presenting the Ambuja Neotia Award for Excellence in Maintenance and Eco-Friendly Initiatives. Now, friends, usually when people write long things about their school, etc., I sort of just highlight a few points. I tried to do it in this case and failed miserably. Bear with me for 3 minutes as I read this a little more rapidly than I should actually. Shishu School, the space. Any educational institution would have 2 or 3 focus areas: the academic program, the co-curricular focus, and the space in which education is practiced. Please listen carefully, especially us educators. Let's try to understand the journey of Vishwabharati, or the ashram school, now known as Patho Bhavan, the unique creation of Rabindranath. The poet did envisage a specific structure for the academic program of the school. Unfortunately, it was demolished in his own lifetime, so much so that at one point he shifted it to Sriniketan. No other institution has the privilege of a Nobel laureate creating the music, dance, theatre, and other co-curricular practice as Vishwabharati has. Yet, for some time now, this aspect, instead of being seen as an integral part of education, has been sporadically used as a ritual to entertain outsiders. What survived the longest was the space that Rabindranath created for his institution. Even today, people throng Shantiniketan to get a feel of that magical space. Thus, space is important. Nature, as we know, was one of the pillars of Rabindranath's educational philosophy. He was convinced that children need to be allowed to grow within the lap of nature, and she has her own ways of educating them. The ashram, as we know, was very well planned. Each season would melt into the other through the changes in the big flowering and fruit trees, and we would be subconsciously aware of these changes through the changing sights and smells. And I love this next line: climbing trees and breaking limbs were the feel part of it. When we sang his songs about the monsoons and came across the signature kodam flower, it was a real experience as we would walk under the towering trees, play with the ball like flowers, and take in the sweet smell of the rains trapped in the bloom. We never made an effort, yet we grew up naturally sensitive to the environment as part of our basic character. Of course, there is a significant human value attached to the sensitivity that cannot be taught on a blackboard in a classroom. It has to be experienced. In today's world, we can go one step further. A child joining grade 1 in Shishu school will join the workforce, interesting, for 15 or 20 years from now. And the person who's written it goes on to say, with a prediction, jobs pertaining to the environment will be the highest paying jobs in the market, because people will have to try to save the earth from annihilation. Shantiniketan Shishu Ashram is being planned in this context. Unfortunately, Shantiniketan today is in the grip of mindless felling. Here, we are trying to preserve most of the trees that adorn the landscape of Shantiniketan, trees that have been used in various songs and poets of the great poet. The expectation is that the children will grow up experiencing the songs they sing, the poems they read, and the subtle changes in nature. In the past, the architecture planned in Vishwabharati and Shantiniketan, in their spatial design and colors, merged with the surrounding. Shantiniketan Shishu school was envisaged keeping in mind the same principle. Consciously, we use the red bricks, the browns, and the yellow as the palette. Aesthetics as a way of life and a value for Rabindranath was yet another focus. Again, this is something that can't be taught. It seeps into our life through the space we use while we are growing up. And he goes on to say, we have a campus which houses an orphanage. For the residents, we grow organic food with vermicompost. We practice pisciculture without the harmful hormone treatments or injections. This space is the living laboratory for the biology classes of the school. The expectation is that as adults, they will think twice before consciously harming nature, and we will make them naturally sensitive. Friends, I hope you listen to every word that was written brilliantly by some teacher or some person who's part of the school. But we would like to honor this very special school, Shantiniketan Shishu School, with the Ambuja Neotia Award for Excellence in Maintenance and Eco-Friendly Initiatives. 2,500 trees on the premises. They have grown and other things. Please put your hands together. This is something quite exceptional. What a wonderful world it would be if many more schools followed. Apni ki likhechen, ke likhechen এটা? Apni? Apnar naam? Shuddripto You guessed the surname right. Tagore. A round of applause, brilliantly written. Receiving it jointly is a school very different, a much newer school, a school which is modern in its outlook, but they have many programs like the Save the River Saraswati campaign. They are in the Namami Ganga program. They have a medicinal plant garden. They save electricity every day for 10 minutes. Everybody has to go through it. Recycling of waste. They are into the Save Water campaign in a big way. They have an organic kitchen garden. They have constant planting of saplings. Please welcome on stage Delhi Public School, Howrah. Congratulations, DPS Howrah.
I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
If we see one more photograph, look at the determination in her eyes. Thank you, Bishwanath, BDG. Look at the determination, the quiet determination in her eyes. Not anger, just determination. And one more photograph, and a couple of weeks later, she was given a government job in the office of the Purbo Bardhaman Chief Medical Officer of Health. So we thank the government for doing that spontaneously and quickly. And it's quite amazing. Look at her. Just quiet determination is what I saw in those eyes. And I think a special thank you to her mother, Rahima Bibi, for basically standing by her. And as Bob Marley sings, "Get up, stand up for your rights." Well, Renu actually says her message to all women over there, especially young women, do not cow down, fight for your rights. That's what she said in that interview. So, ভালো বলবে কিছু? আমি তোমাকে তুমিই বলবো না, এসো।
Good morning. Good morning, everyone, and thank you. আমি আমার রাইট হ্যান্ড কিছুদিন আগে হারিয়েছি, বাট আমি আমার স্ট্রেংথ, আমি আমার পাওয়ার অ্যান্ড এনার্জি দিয়ে সামনের দিকে এগিয়ে যেতে চাই। আর আমার সামনের জেনারেশনকে বলবো তারা যাতে ভালোভাবে পড়াশোনা করে সামনের দিকে এগিয়ে যায়, তাদের মধ্যে যে স্ট্রেংথ, যে এনার্জি আছে সেটাকে নিয়ে তারা যাতে সামনের দিকে এগিয়ে যেতে পারে। থ্যাংক ইউ অল অফ ইউ।
Aro jore, stand up, get up, stand up for your rights. Let's have it. The Bob Marley song. Fantastic.
Don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up.
Okay. There are people standing up for her. Wonderful. Look at that. Beautiful. Wonderful. A standing ovation.
Most people think great God will come from the sky, take away everything and make everybody feel
Thank you very much. Thank you.
But did you know what life is worth?
She will now hand over the scholarships. We will, from the Telegraph Education Foundation, be standing by her in whatever way we can. Yeah, but she needs people by her, as her mother said, and we are all by her. Right, we will now call on stage the first recipient. She appeared for the Madhyamik from the Behala Sharoda Vidyapit. Friends, I checked yesterday. You can't get a return ticket. You can just about get a one-way ticket to Mumbai for her family's income. Just a one-way ticket for this girl I'm talking to you about. She lives in a 2-room hutment with asbestos roof in Behala with her auto driver father and her mother, who's a homemaker. And they collectively, their income cannot get them one air ticket one way to Mumbai. But this young lady, Sharnali Dash, She doesn't want a one-way ticket to Mumbai. She wants a one-way ticket to freedom, one-way ticket to emancipation, one-way ticket to success, one-way ticket to a job, and a one-way ticket to finally look after her parents. In spite of these hardships, she performed exceptionally well in the Madhyamik and scored 92%. Please welcome on stage Swarnali Dash. Swarnali Dash of Behala Sharoda Vidyapith. Jore eta hattali hok. Confident young lady looking for that one-way ticket. Lovely. Two courageous young women. We now welcome on stage another very special. He is Shatadal Chaudhary, class 11, Mojilpur JM Training School. He appeared for the Madhyamik from Raghunathpur High School in South Chowbish Pargona. His father, now this is a lockdown story. His father lost his job and suddenly, overnight, there was nothing at home because his father lost his job. Incredibly, on the train, some government employees would get together and try and actually give food and rations to people who needed their help, even books and help. And his family was fortunate to be one of them. And this is the Vidya Mandir, I beg your pardon, that first scholarship, I'm so sorry, was the Dr. Oshin Dashgupta Memorial Scholarship, which was initiated by Umadi. Umadi has been with us right from the beginning as a trustee, as a member now of the assessment panel. And she initiated the first scholarship. So we always remember her and her late husband and make it the first scholarship. She isn't with us. My apologies to her for not mentioning it then. But I think she sort of set the boat off and said, I can't give these big awards for other awards, but I can give a small amount for a scholarship. And that idea has taken us forward. So a round of applause for Umadi. Thank you, Umadi, for that. This is a new scholarship, the Vidya Mandir Society Scholarship. We're very grateful to the Vidya Mandir Society for initiating many scholarships this year. Thank you for coming forward. And this young man, as I was telling you about it, his father lost his job, etc. And then his father had a white-collar job, but now has to sell vegetables that are grown in the neighbor's field. So the neighbor grows the vegetables and he sells it because you've got to survive. Well, this young man is quite incredible. He didn't let it affect his studies. He scored 95% in the Madhyamik in 2021. He wants to become an astrophysicist. His name is Shatadal Chaudhary. Esha Shatadal. He wants to become an astrophysicist. Galileo, Kepler, and Cassini are his role models. And he wants to his mind to go into space. And for that, he needs his own space. Ladies and gentlemen, for a future astrophysicist, Shatadal Chaudhary, now in class 11 of Mojilpur JM Training School. Our next scholarship is the Dr. Omyo Kumar Bose Memorial Scholarship, instituted by his daughter, Dr. Geetosri Mukherjee, an incredible lady who said, I want to keep adding one medical student. She gives 30,000 rupees a year for a medical student, and every year adds one. She now has 5 on the list. She started this 10 years ago, but they've been passing out also, as in passing out of college. So she is continuing with these scholarships. She has now 5 whom she's helping through the Telegraph Education Foundation. Receiving the Dr. Omyo Kumar Bose Memorial Scholarship this year is Muhammad Abdul Jabair Alam. He's a first-year MBBS student at Nil Ratan Sarkar Medical Hospital. He scored 71.2% in the higher madrasa examination and 78% in the higher secondary. He cleared his NEET with 86.25% in 2021, and his family income won't get you a meal for 5 on Park Street. But that doesn't bother him because he's determined, absolutely determined, to become a really good doctor and change people's lives. Please welcome Muhammad Abdul Jabair Alam. The next scholarship is the Lakshmipat Singhania Education Foundation Scholarship, instituted in 2020, management and teachers. And Principal ma'am, thank you very much. Director ma'am, thank you very much. 10 scholarships is what they give us every year. Very good, wonderful. It'll be presented to, I want to ask you, I don't eat burgers because I can't afford to eat burgers, but I'm told a burger, an ordinary burger, costs 150 rupees. Is that right? No? No? You don't eat burgers? 150? Not saying. Well, this family income is enough for one burger a day for the whole family. And in spite of the working, really, really challenging odds for the family, he's a first generation learner because his parents are both agricultural laborers. Shivam Hembram, who is now in class 11, Gurup RK institution, he secured 89.2% in the Madhyamik examination from Rameshwarpur Sri Krishna Uccha Vidyalaya. He wants to top the joint entrance. Clear ambition. And he wants to become a civil engineer and work on developmental projects in rural India and also do his IAS. More power to him. We will stand by him. This is Shivam Hembram of class 11. Shivam.
वही जो तेरा हाकिम है जालिम है की है जिसने
चलिए जाओ good. We have we have many people coming forward, and not many people, we want more people, a few people coming forward. And this year, thank you very much, Ina Puri ma'am. She's a very well-known connoisseur, and everybody knows her if you have anything to do with art in India. She's a noted critic, curator, and connoisseur. Well, she has initiated a special scholarship to find somebody really talented and who needs financial help. And we have found a second semester BFA printmaking student from Rabindra Bharati University. He's the topper over there. Anubhav Paul, he lost his father in COVID also. He is really the most promising artist over there. Unfortunately, he's such a shy fellow. He didn't bring his works over here, but BDG has seen it. Please put your hands together for Anubhav Paul. I think it's extremely important to encourage artists. Many of them struggle to even sell their works. Yeah. If any of you are interested to buying some Anubhav, ready ache tomar nishchoy? So if you're interested, any of your schools, if you have a nice wall, we can have the Anubhav wall and have his paintings over there. Okay. Thank you, Ina Puri ma'am. Thank you very much. And one more scholarship. The late Devoprasad Purkayasto Scholarship instituted by Mr. D.D. Purkayasto, Dipankar Das Purkayasto, the former CEO and MD of ABP Private Limited. Thank you very much, sir. Friends, if you ask me what is the most difficult thing for me, what has been the most difficult thing for me while standing here and speaking for the 27th year, Shukantada knows it well. It's trying to say the story and yet not say it in some cases, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah. But this next one, I couldn't figure out a way of saying it. So I'm going to give you the whole story, but the recipient will be anonymous. Because we in society need to accept this is not a story, it's not fiction, it's fact. Only the child will not be called on stage. We will call him privately to receive his scholarship. The lockdown and pandemic affected all of us, and all of us became quite desperate in some way. Desperate for company, desperate for something to eat, some delicacy, or something that we needed, or to meet our friends. And for some people, the desperation was because of the poverty that they had been engulfed in. So desperate was this family that after the husband and wife sat down for a chat, she said, "You've lost your job, you have no income, I have to step out." He was really down and depressed having heard the idea, but he really was helpless. And she in sheer desperation, became a sex worker. That wasn't the end of the story. She was, a few months later, arrested for illegal prostitution and was remanded for 6 months. Is it the circle of life or the vicious circle of life? By the court's order, she is now under the supervision of district probation aftercare officer. Her health has deteriorated and the family is traumatized. The girl does not know the person does not know, in fact, it's a boy, how to react. His father is a daily wage agricultural laborer, really wrestling with 1,000 emotions running through him. But we are determined to help this child and this family. And we hope we have your support, your moral support on this. This recipient is not here. Let's put our hands together for him, his mother, and his father. Amra, we have already presented Renu with a little token of our appreciation. At a jode aata hat tali ho. Chaliye jao Renu. Renu. Lovely. We move on to the Bhawanipur Education Society College Honor for an Educationist. May I welcome on stage Mr. R. Rajagopal, the editor of the Telegraph and a trustee of the Telegraph Education Foundation. A simple, wonderful man who is so full of knowledge, humor, and compassion. Thank you, sir, for being with us. Thank you, the Bhawanipur Education Society College, and thank you, Mr. Miraj Shah, particularly. This educationist, one educationist, is, well, all educationists who go beyond just teaching are special, and he is. Sri Subal Chandra Laha is a resident of Bankura, and he was born in a family of farmers in 1943. He struggled hard to finish his graduation from Bankura Christian College and ranked third in his college. During his college days, he had to work for a benefactor through the day and just for a place to rest his head at night. And yet he sort of studied, burnt the midnight oil. He could not pursue physics honors because he had to take a job. He joined Durgapur steel plant, gave it up, went back to his village and decided to uplift the village. So besides teaching mathematics and science in Navashan School, he actually started teaching English, Bangla, geography and history as well. More importantly, he would go house to house, driving the children to go to school. Even after retiring, he continued, Master Moshe continued for 4 more years, and he has involved himself in the development of the village as a whole. He has ensured that every house has a latrine, has a toilet of its own. He counsels the parents. He goes to each home. He is not a Master Moshe within the classroom. He is the Master Moshe of his village. Please put your hands together for Subal Chandra Laha of Navashan High School, Bankura, who receives the Bhawanipur Education Society College Honor for an educationist from Mr. Rajagopal. Wonderful. If you ever want him to come and speak in your school to motivate your teachers and others, we'd be happy. Thank you very much, Mr. Rajagopal, and thank you, the Bhawanipur Education Society College. We move on to the Dr. Mrs. N.B. O'Brien Memorial Lifetime Achievement Award for a teacher. And may I welcome Mrs. Denise O'Brien, the great granddaughter-in-law. I need to concentrate to get that right. This lady was my great-grandmother. Thank you, Denise, for being with us. She was my great-grandmother who was a widow with 2 children by the time she was 21 and a 3rd child expecting. She decided she had to do something. So she had these medical books on her lap and an oil lamp in front, a baby on one lap, and became a doctor. And Denise and I, taking over for my father and mother, would like to tell her story to inspire some more of you. Thank you, Denise. We honored 6 teachers. I beg your pardon. We honored 11 teachers at South City last Saturday, and now we will honor 2 teachers today. Please welcome on stage Gaurchandra Rai of the Shindrani Shabitri High School, North Chowbish Pargana. A very, very special person who comes from an interior village in the Indo-Bangladesh border. Gaur sir, basically, he decided to join the army, then he came out of it, and he decided to become an athletic coach, inspired by his coach, the late Pranab Banerjee. And he was trained by him. And since that day, he has been training many, many young athletes. Many of them have one went on to win the World Police Games in Canada, the gold and silver medals, etc. Many, many students at the Mohun Bagan Athletic Club. But I think most importantly, he has now 250 students training under him and the Sindrani Athletic Academy. And he has empowered 411 students and got them placements in BSF, Indian Army, West Bengal Police, Kolkata Police, CRPF, CISF. And as a school teacher, he has inspired them that you can actually earn a living and a good life through athletics. So you've heard of running to compete, but have you heard of running for life? Please, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for this amazing Gaurchandra Rai of Shindrani Shabitri High School, North Chowbish Pargana. His age, or he looks deceptive. I think you got to clap for him louder, because he's actually making his athletes or his students ready enough to get these jobs. Quite amazing. Quite amazing. He also takes care of those who can't. He takes care of their diet. He takes care of their other nutritional things, as well as the mental aspect. The Telegraph Education Foundation will be financially offering some support so that the academy can benefit through some infrastructure. Sports nowadays, friends, not nowadays, for a long time, actually gets people a livelihood. Thank you very much. No, sorry, Denise, one more. Well, this lady, a wonderful teacher, started teaching way back in 1973 in Karnataka, in St. Xavier's, Belgaum. And then her father moved to Bardhaman in 1976. She taught in St. Xavier's in Bardhaman. She moved to St. Patrick's, Asansol. Ma'am, if you could start walking up, I'll be happy. Thank you. It's St. Patrick's, Asansol. And then in 1999, now, you know, the St. Patrick's is one of the schools run by the Christian Brothers. And the Christian Brothers took a decision that they would encourage or find lay people. That means not religious people belonging to the religious order. And they chose a person who's not part of their religious order and a lady in a boys' school in St. Patrick's. And everybody was wondering, is it going to succeed? It succeeded marvelously well, and many schools are doing it now. Please put your hands together for this amazing biology teacher and principal of St. Patrick's, Asansol. She retired way back in 2013. She's retired 9 years. Don't be fooled by her a lack of physical stature, but I can tell you her stature otherwise is quite amazing. Ma'am, thank you very much on behalf of all your students and everybody who's been touched by you. Right. And congratulations to the Christian Brothers for their vision. Very good. Thank you, Mrs. Denise O'Brien, and thank you, the O'Brien family. I'm just going to quickly look at my timing. Okay. We move on to the academic awards now, so we'll move a little faster. May I welcome on stage Mrs. Sanjukta Bose, the director and co-founder of IIHM. Thank you very much for being with us, ma'am. We also want to say thank you to Dr. Subarno Bose and IIHM. We've got to clap louder because it's not possible without people partnering us, you know, and they never want too much mention, but thank you very much. This is the IIHM Award for Excellence in Academics. The schools. Now, I know you must be saying, how come our school didn't get it? But guess what? We go through everything carefully. Maybe you missed by a point. And even if you didn't, if you haven't, you deserve it. That's fine, It's just that we can't give 100 schools. Okay, so do bear with us. Okay, the winners. CBSE, joint winners. Delhi Public School, Howrah. Congratulations, well done. 52.26% of the school students scored 90% and above. My goodness me, 52.26. I'm perspiring even more. And 33.77% got between 80 and 89. And I can hear the principal ma'am and others coming up. Oh, you made my day. You made my life. We didn't make your day. We didn't make your life. Your students, your teachers, your parents, and the hard work that you put in have made your day life and maybe the lives of many children. Please put your hands together. The school is really excited. Delhi Public School, Howrah. It's a pretty new school. And the whole school is coming on now. Mr. Ireland is not here. Mr. Ireland is here. No. Stage, I was going to ask him if his stage was insured. Doesn't matter. Just a joke. Come up. But come quickly. Fast. Okay. Smile, smile, smile. Actually, the best part is the students who are here may not have been the ones who... But you come up and you smile. Why not? Why not? Why not? Oh, well, were any of you in class 10? Yeah, put your hands up if you got... Oh, so, no, now in 11. Anyone now in 11? Then how? If you're in 10 now, how? Anyway, clap for them. Make them feel good. Yeah, they'll pass it on to their elder brothers and sisters. Okay, now as the small group of students leave us, well done. Congratulations, DPS Howrah. Jointly, 52.05% of the total students scored 90 and above. Sometimes when the assessment panel chaired by Professor Shukanta Chaudhary and all of us sit, we just look at the marks and they've all been brilliant students. The chairman himself, Dr. Partho Ghosh, and I'm sure Rajuda also did well, and Shujata did well. Mr. Amita Oda may have done well also. I certainly did. I had no chance of winning anything. And I wonder, how do they do it? It's to do with their efforts and maybe changing times also. Anyway, just to give me the benefit of the doubt a bit. Jointly, to a school that has got 52.05% above 90 or above in 11, in class 10 and class 12, and 33.64 between 80 and 89, jointly presented to Birla High School. Let's give them a huge round of applause. A very dynamic school in Kolkata, and many things have changed in the last couple of decades. Just because they're famous schools, don't stop clapping for them. Yeah? Famous schools and, well-known schools. Sometimes it's difficult to defend a crown, and, it's more difficult to remain a champion school. Come quickly. Right, we've got principal ma'am, headmistress ma'am, rector ma'am, Miss Nain, and there's the principal ma'am, Ma'am Loveleen Saigal, and headmistress ma'am is here. Ma'am Gigi Boy Singh, yes? Oh, they've got a contingent coming up. What is nice is all teachers dress up for the occasion. That's nice. That's nice. And I come with the same tie and the same suit. But they change their outfits each year. Okay, give them a round of applause. Super. Very, very well done. Well done, teachers. Well done, management. Well done, students, of course, and parents. No. Okay, congratulations. Yes, ma'am, don't go now. Because that was CBSE. This thing goes on because first we used to give one, then we said, no, what about CBSE, ICSE, and higher secondary? So it's others also, right? Incidentally, we honored 8 schools in this category in South City School. Right, we move on to the ICSC and ISC. Now, before we come on to the winner, we've got a special mention because usually we consider schools that have both class 10 and 12. But there's one school which has only class 10. I mean, they don't have 11 and 12, but their results were absolutely outstanding. So the assessment panel would like to honor St. Michael's School, Shiliguri. Have they come from Shiliguri, all the way from Shiliguri? Their results, 80% of the students scored 90 and above. My goodness me. And 17.65 scored between 80 and 89. And the average of the ICSC, the average was 93%. Please put your hands together. St. Michael's School, Shiliguri. Has anybody come from Shiliguri? No? No? Yeah. We've taken the trouble of informing everybody, but anyway, no problem. We move on to another school, and some schools, as I told you, when for years and years you are producing the results and doing everything exceptionally well, you sometimes wonder, should we send the information in for this? We don't do it for awards. We would like to appeal to all schools. Please do it to motivate and inspire others, as well as your own parents and children. And we are very happy that this school has come forward this year after many years. Few years we told them also to take it easy, but they're back with a bang. 58.39%, 90% and above in the class 10 and 12 examinations. 37.58 were scored between 80 and 89. Don Bosco School, Park Circus. Give them a round of applause. The winners, come father. The winners, I think we can clap. As I said, just because a school is very well known or has a great reputation doesn't mean you clap less for them. Let's really clap for Don Bosco School, Park Circus. Nice to see 2 pillars of the school, 2 fathers. The students are here. Good. Well, times have changed, father. When we were young, if Don Bosco School, Park Circus, or any one of our schools won, we would have been cheering loud. Now maybe it's expected. Anyway. Give them a hand, looking very, very smart. Some teachers, they have like so many other schools, an exceptional faculty, dedicated, and the Salesian fathers. How old is the school father? A little younger than India. Yeah? The school is a little younger than India, and I can promise you, if you go there, every leaf is in place, every blade of grass is in place, every stray packet is in its place, and everything is really well organized, and it runs, I'm sure they won't mind me saying, like clockwork. Congratulations. Let's hear it for Don Bosco School, Park Circus. Oh, looking very colorful. The teachers are looking colorful. The students are looking predictable, and the fathers also. Well done. It's a combination, team effort. Very well done. To win an award like this, just you and jointly maybe, is quite an achievement. Yeah. All the best. Carry on. Yeah. God bless you. Keep up the good work. We move on to, ma'am, we'll just ask you to, sorry, we're giving you a long stint, but there are so many boards. So Madhyamik and Higher Secondary School. The IIHM Award for Excellence in Academics, Madhyamik and Higher Secondary, is presented to a school where obviously different boards grade differently. So you may not get 50% of above 90, you may get a little less. It's to do with the levels that the way they mark. So 40.46% of the total students have 90 and above. 35.54 between 80 and 89. Please put your hands together for Patobhavan Dankuni. Patobhavan Dankuni. Congratulations. I hope somebody is here from the school. Nice to see Patobhavan coming forward this year. It's BDG and Shomnath School. They've been waiting for years to have their school, and this year they've got something. Thank you. Are you from Patubon Dankuni, ma'am? Ashun. Teacher? She's the teacher in charge. Well done. I wish we had more people over here. It doesn't matter. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you, IIHM. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mrs. Shonyukta Bose, and thank you, IIHM. We move on to the Madan Lal Dhandania Charitable Trust. May I welcome on stage Mrs. Richa Dhandania. And ma'am, could you please come up? We're very grateful to the family. Ma'am, are you here? Mrs. Richa Dhandania? Please come. Good. You will forgive me if I begin. We have 19 merit scholarships, honors, I beg pardon, certificates given out on Saturday, and 41 honor certificates. So that's a big number. But here, a bit of a preamble. Every year we run into some problem. It's a real tough thing being on this assessment panel, I can tell you. This year, it was like literally minute. Somebody's got this, somebody's got that. How can you say this person is higher than that because the joint entrance marks are higher? But what about the class 12 results, etc.? So the assessment panel under our leader, we took a decision that we're just going to put them in a bracket of whoa, wow, bracket, whatever. And we are calling them and in honoring them because each of them deserves this. So you will see the numbers were higher. Right. The science stream. In the science stream, as I call them out, let them please come up. Ayan Yadav, DPS Durgapur, 98.2% class 10, 97.4% class 12. 1 minute, 84th rank in the West Bengal joint, and in the JEE main, 99.79. Put your hands together, my goodness me. Ayan Yadav, DPS Durgapur. I'll be calling out your names quickly if you don't mind. Anirvan Chakravarti, St. Augustine's Day School, Barakpur, 99% in class 10 and 99.5% in ISC class 12. You see what I mean? Okay, let's clap for these two at a time maybe. Yeah, quickly. Yeah, just come a bit quickly. You need to move. Just don't stand there, please. Oh, you're all the winners. Oh. Okay, why don't I just keep calling all of you and all of you come and stand in each category. That's a science category. And Bharat Agarwal, DPS Megacity, 98.4 in class 10, 98.75 in class 12. JEE mains 99.14, rank 133 in West Bengal joint. Okay, one at a time. Who's this? Oh, no, let's start with Ayan. Ayan, where's Ayan? Hasn't come. Okay. Anirvan Chakravarti. Let's give him a hand. St. Augustine's Day School, Barakpur. Then we have Bharat Agarwal. Are you Bharat? Yes, Bharat Agarwal, DPS Megacity. Okay, quickly. Just make it a bit quicker. Yeah, thank you. Then, yeah, come. Yeah, just enter from that side and leave from this side. These guys are good at their academics. So please walk behind me. Himanshu Shekhar, Central Model School, Barakpur, 97% 10, 97.4% in 12, and ranked first in the West Bengal Joint Entrance Examination. Himanshu Shekhar. Is this Himanshu? Himanshu's father? Oh, sorry, sir. He's looking really young. Come on. And a jore and a hattali for Himanshu's father. He's looking really young. Fantastic. Brilliant. What is he studying? What is he studying now? JEE advanced exam diya. Okay, right, good. He's a bit nervous now, but he wasn't nervous before the exams, before his son's thing. Right. Okay, sorry. Well done. Bahut khub. Okay, next move on to Pratyush Vishwash DAV Model School, Durgapur. 98.4 in 10, 99 in class 12, 30th in the West Bengal joint, and 99.97 in the JEE main, and etc. etc. Pratyush Vishwash, apni? Ma Baba de chune aro jole hattali. Ma Baba is a tough thing, man. Oh, whoa. tougher than students. Khub bhalo, very good. And let's move on now. Shomobrata Nandi, DAV Model School, Durgapur, 97.60 in 10, 97 in 12, 26th state rank in the West Bengal joint, 99.76 in the JEE mains. How do you differentiate between them? Shomobrata Nandi, well done, superb. DAV Model School, Durgapur. Shoptosho Boisho, DPS Ruby Park, Delhi Public School, Ruby Park, 96.8 in class 10, 96.8 in class 12, 29th in the West Bengal joint entrance, and 17th in NEST, 99.95 in JEE main session 1. Give him a hand. This is Shoptosho Boisho, Delhi Public School, Ruby Park. Well done. Smile. He did smile quietly. Okay, that was the science. Now we move on to humanities. Humanities, winner of this very prestigious award, the Madan Lal Dhandania Charitable Trust Award for Academic Excellence, is presented to... You could have come later. Okay. Akshita Paul Lal of Sri Sri Academy, 98.6 and 99, 10 and 12. Oh, Akshita's already here. Where is Akshita? You are a teacher. You taught her, or you're just one of the teachers from you? What did you teach her? What did you teach her? What subject? Which? Biology. Ma'am taught her biology. Give her a round of applause. A biology teacher. Please accept, ma'am. Akshita Lal, humanities stream. 99 in the humanities stream. Wow. Rohin Sen, Patobhavan, Kolkata. 92.57, 99.2 in class 12. Put your hands together. Rohin Sen, Patobhavan. Actually, এটা কেউ নেই এখন because they're all studying in. The principal has come to receive. Please give her a round of applause and the entire school. And Shamraggi Dotto, Pratt Memorial School, 97.8 in ICSE and 99.5 in the ISC. Shamraggi Dotto, Pratt Memorial School. Are you here? I know you've clapped along, but do it. Superb. What are you doing now? Where are you studying? Where are you studying? She's still saying Pratt Memorial. What are you studying? She's studying law in St. Xavier's University. Right, very good. Excellent. We move to the commerce stream now. You know, stop stereotyping people. When you say commerce, immediately what do you think? Boys, nah? Think again. Ready? 3 recipients. Kashvi Khaitan, La Martiniere for girls, 98% in 10, 99% in class 12. Give her a round of applause. This is Kashvi Khaitan of La Martiniere for girls in the commerce stream. Count the number of boys who are coming on. Prachi Agarwal, Agrasin Balika Shikha Sadan Girls, Howrah. Wonderful school over there, tucked away in that side of the river. And many of them are first generation learners. I've been there a couple of times. Put your hands together for the school and her teachers and her. Prachi Agarwal, 98.6 in 10, 98.6 in both 10 and 12. And Trisha Agarwal, La Martiniere for girls, 98.27 in class 10 and 97.5 in class 12. All 3 pupils, the commerce stream, are girls. I don't think this girl-boy thing works anymore. It's just who you are. Give her a hand. Very good. Thank you very much, the Dania family, the Madan Lal Dhandania Charitable Trust. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Nice to see people from the family coming forward. Some of them we're meeting for the first time. Very good. Thank you. As we move on to the second scholarship section, we're going as quickly as I possibly can. You know, as soon as you see somebody in uniform on the street, either you look and মানে ভয় পেয়ে যাবে. Now what's happened? I was coming this morning and my great friend Probir, who drives my car, took one U-turn. He wasn't not supposed to. I refused to get out and help him. The sergeant caught him and did what he had to do with him. So, but as soon as we see them, we feel frightened, or we feel, what are they doing? They seem to be hanging around. They're not hanging around, friends. They're really, really contributing to society. And some of them, like Prakash Ghosh, contribute even more. While sometimes they have lull, they're waiting around for the traffic to sort of build up, and they are sort of having a chat or waiting. He saw this little kid of class 3, Akash Raut was his name. He lives on the street right near the ITI in Baliganj, Spino Street there. And he saw him and his mother, etc. And he got chatting with them. And the mother said that ye to padhai nahi kar raha hai. He wants to stop going to school. He goes to the government primary school there. And so Prakash Ghosh who basically said, okay, let me try. And he started teaching. Let's have a picture. Now he's using the stick or the danda, not in the danda sense. He's using it in the Mother Teresa sense. Mother Teresa stepped out as a geography teacher out of Loreto, Italy in the 1950s with a stick, not to beat people, but to use it on the road to help teach people. And that's what he did. Look at that. Using his motorbike as the classroom, the board and the everything. Ladies and gentlemen, this is something special. I don't know about you, but as he walks on stage, Prakash Ghosh, as Sergeant Sir walks on stage, I am going to salute him. If you want to join in, let's salute this great man. You can sit and salute. I'm really asking you to salute. You can sit and let's salute him. Sir, সবাই আপনাকে স্যালুট করছে. আপনারা আমাদের স্যালুট করেন, আমরা we are saluting you. Fantastic, brilliant. Now, he is doing this regularly now, beyond his duty hours. He's made it his mission. The child is enjoying it. He teaches him, he's improved his handwriting. He sets him homework. He checks his homework, etc., etc. And he's determined to help this little kid. And the mother is so happy. We are also happy. Akash Esche? No. Akash Raut is the child's name. We are happy to offer a scholarship and a certificate and a scholarship to Akash to encourage him, his mother, and this great teacher. Amazing. Yeah. Sir, apni ekটু থাকবেন. You will now give away the scholarships, right? The first scholarship is the Purushottam Bhakchandka School Scholarship instituted by Lakhi Paramatma Charitable Trust. We thank the Bhakchandka family. They've got a wonderful school over there, and they have joined us for the first time. So thank you very much. And they have instituted quite a few scholarships. But the first recipient is, she belongs to the Shantal tribe, and her mother is a daily wage laborer. Her father is serving, he's a lifetime prisoner. He's been in for 10 years. And she wants to break free from the shackles of poverty and the shackles of deprivation. And she and her mother want to lead a good life. She wants to do her BSc in nursing. She's in class 11 now. And she wants to also then try her hand or take a shot at the IAS. Please welcome on stage Oloka Tudu of class 11 Rajhat High School at a Jore at a Hattali Hok. Her father she has not seen for 10 years. He's in the correctional home. Her mother and she are fighting it out. Okay. Now, Oloka, আমি তোমাকে একটা তুমি বাংলা বোঝো তো হিন্দি বাংলা হ্যাঁ অলোকা তুমি আর তোমার মা যদি তোমরা চাও ইস্ট ইন্ডিয়া চ্যারিটেবল ট্রাস্ট আমাদের একটা হোম আছে টলিগঞ্জ হোমস যদি তোমরা চাও তুমি আর তোমার মা আমাদের ওখানে থাকতে পারো with all meals and everything in a safe environment ঠিক আছে পরে কথা বলবো okay We move on to the MCKV Charity Trust Scholarship instituted by the MCKV Institute of Engineering. Thank you very, very much for coming forward. We're particularly happy that not just from Kolkata, but from Lilua and beyond, schools and managements are coming forward. That's the only way the movement will grow. It costs 135 rupees to get 2 single rolls, not double rolls, on Park Street, single rolls. And that's the family income of this family, because they live in a flood-prone area and they are a farmer's family, and it's really, really tough for them. But Krishnendu Shaw, in spite of this huge financial setback, he scored 98.29% in his class 9 examination. He wants to become a doctor and serve the poorest of the poor. Please welcome on stage Krishnendu Shaw of Malpur Vivekananda Shiksha Niketan, Paschim Mednipur. He wants to be a doctor and he wants to spread alo, the light, in the darkest of villages in India. Well done. We next bring on stage to receive the Banshari, the Shaha and the late Molloy Shaha Scholarship instituted by Anjana Shaha and Ishan Shaha. We're grateful to the family for instituting much more than one scholarship. Thank you very much. This is being presented to somebody who is an inspiration, and her name is also Prerona. Prerona Rana. She's a second-year student of MBBS at Nilratan Sarkar Medical College. She basically, in 2012, she was diagnosed with synovial sarcoma, and she lost her left foot, was amputated, and she has an artificial shoe and a foot, which is not good enough. And the new one will cost 70,000 rupees. The headmaster of her ex-school has put together crowdfunding 30,000. So the 40,000 rupees needs to be, if you want to contribute to it, please be in touch with us, because she needs a new foot. Well, in spite of the fact that her father earns, how much is the family income of 5,000 rupees a month, a family of 5, she has a brother in class 5, she is determined to stand on her feet. Not literally, that she can't, but she wants to stand on her feet and help her family. Friends, 92.57 in the Madhyamik, 91.4 in the higher secondary from Belda Gangadhar Academy. Please put your hands together for Prerna Rana, who's a Prerna. You are our inspiration. Wonderful. She's now in NRS Medical College. Congratulations. We move on to the Nabarun Day Inspiring Excellence Scholarship, tribute to Nabarun Day, who is a very dynamic educationist. We remember our good friend fondly. He's instituted by Central Modern School, Baranagar. They've donated 5 scholarships, and we're grateful to his family. Shurajit Hembram, all of us have battles and juddhos. Some have mental juddhos, battles. Some have juddhos in the office. Some have juddhos at home or in the neighborhood. Well, Shurajit has only one juddho, and that's the juddho, or the battle of poverty. And his ostro, his only weapon, he says, is education. And he is determined to take his family out of this. It's not just a challenging situation. Hear it out. His father is confined in a correctional home, and he lost his mother 5 years ago. He belongs to the Shantal tribe, and he is a person who is doing exceptionally well and realizes he can't keep waiting for his father. He has to move on. Please put your hands together. They call him an orphan of justice, but this is Shurajit Hembram. And for him, Korbo Lorbo Jitbo is not for a cricket slogan. That's the slogan of his life. Ladies and gentlemen, Shurajit Hembram. And finally, that's one more after that, the Admission Tree Scholarship, instituted by abpadmissiontree.com on the school admission portal run by ABP, each year adopts a child from a lower class and provides or stands by that child through his or her academics. So we're very grateful to them for that. And receiving this is Kuhu Malik. Kuhu Malik is a class 9 student of Ranaghat. Her parents are both in a correctional home. Both her parents. She lives with her grandmother, who is very unwell, and she too wants to study science and do her BSc nursing. Kuhu escho? Kuhu? Amar kotha ektu mon diye shono. admissiontree.com tomar porashonar dikta dekhben. The Telegraph, the East India Charitable Trust and the Tollygunge Homes are also inviting her and her grandmother to live in the home, so that we will partner Admission Tree. The East India Charitable Trust will partner Admission Tree. They will take care of the education. The East India Charitable Trust will take care of the Khawa Dawa and Thaka, and even help her beyond after she gets the BSc nursing. তোমাকে পরে বোঝাবো, কিন্তু বিশ্বনাথ স্যার তোমার সঙ্গে কথা বলবে। একটা জোরে একটা হাততালি হোক once again for Kuhu Malik. Thank you, the admissiontree.com for the scholarship. And thank you, the East India Charitable Trust. And finally, the Parvati Kailash Pati Memorial Scholarship, instituted by Mr. Ramaswamy. He's not here. Mr. Ramaswamy, TV Ramaswamy, came the first year in GD Birla Sabhagar in 1996, and since then consistently hardly comes. He said, "Why do you need me, Barry?" But he keeps sending money for scholarships. Quite incredible. Thank you, Mr. Ramaswamy. It's presented to Pranab Dinda, Class 12, Malpar Vivekananda Shiksha Niketan, Paschim Mednipur. Well, his parents, his mother does odd jobs as a daily wage laborer. His father has been missing since he was 6 years old. It's just his mother and he wants to be a teacher. So, and he scored 87.28% in the Madhyamik Porikha. So let's put our hands together for Pranab Dinda. Smart, fit-looking young man. Etu hashte paro, mukhe hashi. Asha uchit, no? Okay, good. Pranab Dinda. Wonderful. Sir, there's a request. All of us they're all coming on stage. Chole ashun. They're all ready. Our cameramen are ready. They want to see you saluting this great teacher. Okay, this spontaneous teacher. You were saluting him. Those of you who want to salute him, if you can just do it, because it's a request from my photographer friends. When I say 1, 2, 3, we can salute. 1, 2, 3. Those of you who want to salute, don't clap, salute, because they want a picture. Fantastic. And what is amazing is this went viral. It went viral because of a person passing by just clicked a photograph. And what is amazing is, sir, apnar bossera jara achen, senior jara achen, they saw this viral, immediately in a few hours put it up on the Kolkata Police traffic portal or the website. I think that's a great idea to encourage their officers to do this. Wonderful. Sir, or jonno, aro sir, apnar student er jonno, if there's amra achi. ঠিক আছে? Okay, good. We now move on to the Obhirup Bhadro Memorial Thank You Baba Ma Award. Parents never need to be thanked, but because they need to be thanked every day of their lives. Ami Anurodh Kochi, Mrs. Shushmita Bhadro, who's been doing this every year. Apni eschen? Okay. We have very quick response. Mrs. Anjana Shaha, you are here somewhere. She will sponsor a family, and she will sponsor the 40,000 rupees for Prerana's foot. So, salute again. You know, friends, if the COVID and the pandemic and the lockdown didn't wake us up, nothing will. So thank you very much, Anjana ma'am. Mrs. Bhadro. So, 38. If you're born in 1986, you would have been 38 today? No, 38. Tell me, 36. 36. Well, Obhirup Bhadro was a student of mine in South Point many years ago. And as you know, he won the Courage Award. And then one day when Denise and I were there in the school for some work, I had left South Point. I was standing at the gate waiting for the car, and Denise recognized him, and he walked up to us and said, "This is Obirup. Last year he won the Courage Award." So I said, "Yes, Obirup." I said, "Ebochor kintu tumi award ta pabe na, already peye gecho, but esho, tomake ashtei hobe." He said, "Okay, sir." And I said, "You tell your ma and baba that if ami jodi na jai, barrister arambho korbe na." We forgot about it, and a few weeks before the event, South Point used to come in big numbers, and we were all bothered, etc. And I said, "What's happened?" "No, this student wants 2 more passes." "Shh. Can you do that later or outside, please?" Yeah. Thank you. So anyway, I said, "What is it for?" He said, "A student has come. He wants it for Obhirup Bodro's mother and himself." So I said, "Why are you taking 2? What about Obhirup?" He said, "No, sir, Obhirup is no more. He passed away a couple of weeks ago. But he told his mother, Ami na gele, ami jete parbo na, tomake jetei hobe, Barry sir ei bolechen." So we instituted this award, and this incredible lady has been coming every year since 2003 to present the Obhirup Bhodro Memorial Thank You Baba Ma Award. Obhirupের বয়স তখন মনে হয় 15 ছিল। আজকে he would have been 36, but he's with us every year wherever we have it. Thank you, Mrs. Bhodro. Right, just 2 very special parents, because we like to give thousands of parents, but that's not possible. So we want to honor Obhoy Babu and Opu Devi, who earn a living selling milk, and they've not been to school. They've encouraged their daughter, Shagata, and she topped the girls' humanities higher secondary with 94.6%, topping humanities in the girls section. I think you can put your hands together really loud. 90% in the Madhyamik in 2020. In 2022, 94.6%. So the parents are coming, and the daughter, she will receive a scholarship. And is that right? Okay, and the parents are being thanked. Now to the parents, ma baba tumi ekটু odike jao, tumi acho frame e, ara jore eta hat tali for people whose whole life focus is her academics and her education. Congratulations. Yeah, khub bhalo. Vidiji, we have not mentioned a scholarship, but she will receive a scholarship too. Good. And the other parent is a single mother. She's Loretta De Silva. She raised Greta De Silva. Her husband passed away when the child was 5. She used to cycle with her daughter every morning, early in the morning, Kollani station, and bring the child all the way to Julian Day School, Kolkata, wait through the day, etc., and nurture her child in a special way. The school did a sensible thing. They've got a school in Kollani, so they transferred her there. But this incredible lady is backing her daughter all the way. She is a national throw ball player and a very skilled footballer. This is Loretta De Silva, the mother of Greta De Silva. Greta is the star national throw ball champion. Greta, there she is, very athletic. And that's her mother. I think we can clap a little louder for mummy and daughter. She will also receive a scholarship. She will receive the Chittojit Day Memorial Scholarship instituted by the Children Benefit Trust. And thank you, the Day family of Central Modern School, Baranagar. Congratulations. Are you getting emotional? You should. We are all getting emotional. I think we should clap for, look at that. I don't think she's cried in a long time. It's all inside, and she's letting it out today. Beautiful.
उनसे मैं ये कहता नहीं, पर मैं सहम जाता हूँ।
Both.
चेहरे पे आने देता नहीं।
Thank you, Mrs. Bhodro. পরের বছর আবার দেখা হবে। The Shining Star Honor. We welcome on stage Dr. Geetosri Mukherjee, who never likes coming on stage. But here's a person who is the angel of angels. She adds 30,000 rupees each year to add to a medical student. And she's gone through, she's sponsored 10. The number now is at 5. Dr. Geetosri Mukherjee, if you would please come on stage. She'll be angry with us for doing this, but is she here, Viriji? No? Okay. Are you here? Ashwin, please. Don't be angry with us. Actually, we just, we want you close to us. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you. The Shining Star Honor is presented to non-teaching staff. Very, very important part of any school. So we take them for granted. Well, we could honor many, but we're just honoring 3. Very quickly, I call him used to call him the Kapil Dev. Now you'll have to call him the Hardik Pandya of the school. He's a crisis manager of HVM. He fetches, he carries, he repairs, he organizes. He is in charge of printing all the question papers. And no corruption here, brother. He's in charge of packing and delivering all the examination answer scripts. He's also in charge of the entry and the exit gate. And nothing upsets him, always smiling. Manoranjan Behera of Haryana Vidya Mandir. Jore at Hattali, Amadir Haryana Vidya Mandir, Hardik Pandya. Okay, wonderful. We also invite Shuhash Mondal of Loreto House. Shuhash Mondal of Loreto House cycles 25 kilometers from home to school, rarely absents himself, and the best part of all is he spreads joy through his singing. He's got a melodious voice, specializes in Bangla Gan, and he's a performer who spreads love with his music and singing. Let's give him a round of applause. Shuhash Mondal of Loreto House. Moment in the sun for him. And finally, Tikaram Lamichhana of Calcutta Public School, Kalikapur. Security guard. Here's another Hardik Pandya. No, there can't be 2 Hardik Pandya. There'll have to be a Ravinder Jadeja. Security guard, caretaker, lab assistant. And incredible, through 2020 and 2021, he willingly took the responsibility of delivering textbooks and notebook sets door to door so the students and their parents didn't have to come. Quite amazing. Fantastic. Of Calcutta Public School, Kalikapur, risking his own safety and life, going door to door to deliver whatever the school has asked him to do. Good. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you for all that you do. The last 2 awards, the last 2 categories, I think. The Kalyan individual categories, the Kalyan Bharati Trust Award for all-round excellence. May I welcome on stage Mr. Darrell Christensen, a representative of the Trust and the Heritage School. We thank the Kalyan Bharati Trust Award Trust for standing by us for many, many years. And thank you, Mr. Christensen. 12 students received merit certificates and 19 received honor certificates on Saturday. The winner is a boy or a girl? Not that it matters. But a girl, a young lady from La Martiniere for girls, Sania Bansal. Sania Bansal, 98.25% in the ISC. Mathematics Olympiad silver and bronze. She is a state level basketball player. She is a skilled swimmer. She's a discus thrower. She plays the electronic keyboard, and she is a graceful dancer. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Sania Bansal of La Martiniere for girls. Well done, Sania. Thank you very much, Mr. Christensen, and thank you, the Kalyan Bharati Trust. May I welcome on stage now the chairman of the Awards and Assessment Panel, Professor Shukanta Chaudhary, who has been, I think, associated with the awards ceremony first as a parent, and then we sort of literally, sort of asked him, and he's so willingly joined. He was the chairman of the foundation before, and now has the toughest job in being the chairman of the assessment panel and the awards panel. Thank you, sir. Both his children and his wife are very sportingly inclined and good. Shukantada, you played a lot of sport? No. But his son was a good high jumper, I remember. His wife is, of course, lots of things. Judo, I think, and other things. Anyway, so the winner for Outstanding Talent, the TTF Award for Outstanding Talent in Sport, is presented to two winners. 60 merit scholarships award, certificates were given, 60, and 42 honor. 100 sports persons were honored that day at South City. Quite amazing. Anyway, the joint winners today are Alina Farid of Pratt Memorial School, lawn tennis. She is ranked number 1 in Bengal, girls under 12, under 14, and under 16. She is ranked number 58 in the Asian tennis ranking. She's number 9 in India in the under 14 category. Exceptionally good tennis player, Alina Farid of Pratt Memorial School. The joint winner is Ashmita Kormokar of DPS Megacity, Delhi Public School Megacity, swimming. She's a swimmer. She's a butterfly, breast, back. She's an all-round swimmer. Congratulations, Alina. And this is Ashmita Kormokar, who's a swimmer from Delhi Public School Megacity. She has performed very well at the Khelo India Youth Games, as well as she's received a Khelo India Talent Hunt scholarship, and as well as she's performed very well at the Netaji Subhas State Games and other state group swimming championships. Congratulations, very well done. Thank you very much, Shukantada. Thank you. Oh, scholarship, sorry, I'm so sorry. My apologies. As I told you, people keep coming forward. So we're very grateful to Mr. Amrita Mukherjee, who's the daughter of the late Sri Rupa Bose. If you know, the great woman cricketer of Bengal, captained India, was an all-rounder. She became a selector. She became a coach, but a great player and a lovely person. Sri Rupa Bose Memorial Scholarship instituted by her daughter for a sports person. And it's being presented to Partho Sadhu Khan. He's a long-distance runner who is recommended by Gaur Babu, Gaurda, Gaur Sir, Gaur Chandra Roy. So please put your hands together for this exceptionally talented long-distance runner, Partho Sadhu Khan. His father earns a hard living as a construction laborer and a van driver. He practices with the Mohun Bagan Athletic Club. Take a look at him. You're probably looking at a future star. Good. Just to let you, thank you, Shukantada. Thank you very much. Just to let you know, remember the faces. Many years ago, 25 years ago, I think, Saurav Ghoshal came up just like him to receive an award and is now one of the best squash players in the world. Received, I think he won the bronze in the Commonwealth Games. Saurav Ghoshal of Lakshmipat Singhania Academy. He was 15 or 16 years old then. He's 35 now. And finally, we move on to one more outstanding talent. We only had one sport, then we went on to others. So this time it's the Balrampur Chini Mills Award for Outstanding Talent. Thank you very much, the Saraugi family. I welcome Mr. Manoj Agarwal, Company Secretary and General Manager Legal. Thank you, sir, for being with us. Thank you, the Saraugi family. The Balrampur Chini Mills Award for Outstanding Talent. So not sport, not music, any other talent, because we have separate awards for that. Thank you, sir, for being with us. With your permission, I will begin. We will show some of his work on screen. Obhinav Dattagupta, Class 12, the Newtown School. Sir, if I request you to just move a little that side, they will, let's see, or if there's any very, very high standard. Please put your hands together for Obhinav Dattagupta, the Newtown School. Is one heaps and heaps of things, which I'm not going to go into. Is anybody from his school? These are all his works. Exceptionally talented, very, very different. Is he here? Obhinav Dattagupta, are you here? Anyone from the school? No? Biniji, may I request you to please receive it so that you can pass it on? Thank you very much, Mr. Agarwal. Oh, great. Wonderful. Mr. Agarwal tells me his daughters go to the same school.
So he can actually represent the school, the Newtown School. Congratulations, Mr. Agarwal and your daughters. So there you are, BDG, handing it over to you. If you could take it on our behalf. Mr. Agarwal, may we request you to talk to the principal one day and see if you'd like to go across there and give it on our behalf? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, the Saraugi family and the Balrampur Chini Mills organization for being with us all these years. Thank you very much. And we have one more outstanding talent, and that is the music, the Anirban Sinha Award for Outstanding Talent in Music. May I welcome on stage Shri Indrajit Sinha and Mrs. Arunima Sinha, the parents of the late Anirban. Anirban was an exceptionally good vocalist. He passed away at the age of 19 in 1994, and his parents and his family have instituted this because they find no happier way of remembering him than to encourage and honor other budding vocalists like Anirban's. And this they have instituted a few years ago. Plus, there are 2 annual scholarships in Anirban's memory. And the voice of Anirban, the spirit of Anirban, the talent of Anirban will live through these recipients. Thank you very much, the Sinha family. The Anirban Sinha Award for Outstanding Talent in Music is presented to Ankita Giri of Jadavpur Vidyapith. She sings Rabindra Sangeet and Nazrul Giti, an exceptionally talented singer. Please put your hands together. Ankita Giri, Jadavpur Vidyapith. Edu Taatri Shigri Esho. Ankita? Not here? Okay. Shagota from Jadavpur Vidyapith, could you please come forward quickly and receive it on behalf of your friend? And it's also presented to Kaustav Rai of the DAV Public School, Kolkata. He plays the sharod. So we have a vocalist and an exceptionally talented sharod player. She's receiving it on behalf of her friend. Please put your hands together for this, for Ankita Giri, who is not present here today. Eki class paro tomra? Na. School, Eki school. Thik ache. Very good. Oh, she's putting it on. How nice. Thik ache. Okay. And Kaustav Rai, DAV Public School, Kolkata, Sharod. He's a class 10 student. Kaustav, kobachor holo? Sharod? 10 years. He's been playing for 10 years. Exceptionally talented. Please put your hands together. Kaustav Rai, DAV Public School, Kolkata. And it hasn't been easy for Mr. and Mrs. Sinha. This is the first time they have graced the occasion and found the courage to be here. So thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I can't tell you everything that people tell me. You're expecting, no? Okay. The last 2 categories, the Vidya Mandir Society Award for Excellence in Extracurricular or Co-Curricular Activities. We're very grateful to the Vidya Mandir Society for coming forward this year and really partnering us in a big way. Thank you very much. May I welcome on stage Major General V.N. Chaturvedi, retired, Secretary General Vidya Mandir Society. Thank you very much, sir, for being with us and being a part of this wonderful Vidya Mandir Society schools. They have 2 and they're started a 3rd one, doing a wonderful job. Thank you, Major General V.N. Chaturvedi, for being with us. Joint winners, I won't go into the details. They do lots and lots of things. Thank you, sir. Winners of the Vidya Mandir Society Award for Excellence in Co-Curricular Activities, Delhi Public School, Megacity, DPS Megacity. Give them a quick, loud round of applause. And as they come up, you got to clap louder because there's one more school jointly with Lakshmipat Singhania Academy. So first DPS, Delhi Public School, Megacity. Quickly, Principal Ma'am is here, teachers and students. Okay, this is Delhi Public School, Mega City. Quickly, loud round of applause, very quickly for them. Quick photograph. Okay, very quickly, important photographs, not just for the newspaper, but for the family album, the school album, and the grandchildren. Right, congratulations, ma'am. As usual, leading from the front. Well done, DPS, Delhi Public School, Mega City. Lakshmipat Singhania Academy, another exceptionally versatile and dynamic school. So many activities, sport and non-sport. Let's have a round of applause for them. Come quickly, quickly, don't feel shy. Some this side, from the back. Come from the back, come to the back, come to the back. Come from the back, yeah, come this side, yeah. Well done, Lakshmipat Singhania Academy. I don't want to go into difficulties and challenges that all schools have, but some schools have a major challenge of the lack of space or not enough space. So you have to be really creative in coming up with new ideas, new concepts of how you can put together lots of activities. Here's one example. Right, well done. Congratulations, Lakshmipat Singhania Academy. Well done. Right, we've come. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Nice to see you, and nice to see so many of the Vidya Mandir Society members over here. Finally, the Telegraph School of the Year. Before we present the Telegraph School of the Year, it is my proud privilege to welcome on stage Mr. Dhruva Mukherjee, the trustee of the Telegraph Education Foundation, as well as the CEO and Managing Director of ABP Private Limited. Dhruva has really been a person who has for several years now motivating us and keeping everything together. Thank you very much, Dhruva. I request you to please address us before we move on to the award.
Thank you, Barry, and thank you, everyone. It's been a long wait for you, so I won't prolong it any further. Just that this is a very momentous year for us as a group. We are very fortunate to have started this initiative 26 years back, the 27th edition. 2 years back, we completed 25 years for this initiative during COVID. And this year, the group completes 100 years. So the ABP group is commemorating its centenary year. So we created a short AV for that and a 2-3 minute thing which we'd like to play out on the screen, and then I come back to you.
Baba, Korea City. জানি না
Korea City? কোরিয়া সিটি কোথায়?
কোনো বিদেশি শহর মনে হচ্ছে।
কোরিয়া সিটি।
এ তো অনেক দূরে।
कोरिया सिटी।
दुनिया को उलझा नहीं, कुछ लोग बड़े होते हैं।
कोरिया सिटी কোথায়?
ওই প্রফেসর জানতে পারেন।
वो ये छोटा वाला ग्लोब लगता है और
আমি জানি না, আমার মেয়ের সঙ্গে গিয়ে দেখা করো, ও জানতে পারে।
হাই, বাবা পাঠিয়েছে তোমাকে? এদিকে এসো।
কোরিয়াসিটি।
কোরিয়াসিটি নয়, কিউরিওসিটি।
সেটা কি?
দ্যাটস হোয়াট ব্রট ইউ হিয়ার। যা তোমাকে এত দূর নিয়ে এসেছে।
কিউরিওসিটি।
Thank you. And I think it circles back to how Barry started the program. It's quite a coincidence. We're talking about curious minds today. And for us at ABP Group, amongst the innumerable forces which have worked behind the group's influence, the one which permeates them all is the sense of curiosity. To us in ABP Group, that's our first sense and not our sixth sense. And hence, when we were commemorating our centenary, it was only appropriate to celebrate the sense of curiosity in our lives, because it's curiosity which puts us in this never-ending quest to search for what we do not know and to challenge what we know. It helps us to kind of look for answers to questions that we are, that remains unanswered, and then at the same time helps us scrutinizes the answers that are facing us. And I think this is what drives us in our lives, and I hope that will drive us for the next 100 years. And we thank you for your encouragement, support all the way for the group. And we look forward to having you with us every step of the way as we embark on the next 100 years. Thank you so much. I hand it over to Barry and we'll continue.
Thank you very much, Dhruvo. The Telegraph Award for the School of the Year. Actually, every school knows you are the School of the Year, but we have to present this award, so we do. And three very, very different schools. The first school basically is a school that is tucked far away in the Sundarban in North Chobbish Pargona. And most of the children who go there are children of migrant laborers. And in spite of the fact that there's huge dropout rate and a whole lot of other issues, other challenges, 132 out of 152 students, 151 students have passed with flying colors, the highest percentage being 93.14 and higher secondary 94.6. They have planted 2,500 trees on their school premises. They own seed banks and a butterfly garden. They have 120 artificial nests for birds. They are major into afforestation and the non-plastic movement. And most importantly, perhaps, they are empowering young girls in a big way in a football academy. Anyone who wants to play football, the fees are totally waived of these girls. They've also bought them hockey sticks and boxing gloves, and they have karate for the girls, and they're teaching them to cook, as well as the boys who are learning to cook with gender sensitization. Quite an amazing school. The Telegraph School of the Year is the Konaknagar SD Institution of Sundarban, Hingalganj. Give them a loud round of applause, friends. They are in no way any different from any of our wonderful city schools. Parashonay bhalo, close to nature. You heard all that we spoke about the poet, the great poet, and his feeling that children should be connected to nature. A lot of sensitization towards the environment. Please put your hands together. The Konaknagar SD Institution, Hingalganj. The Telegraph School of the Year. Telegraph School of the Year জিতেছো তোমরা ছেলেমেয়েরা, স্মাইল করো, মুখে হাসি হোক। 3 cheers for this wonderful school, the Konaknagar SD Institution, Hingalganj. Hip hip, hip hip, hip hip. Wonderful. Okay. কয়েকজন
সামনে বসে পড়ো. They're feeling like they're the champions of the world. Okay. The second school that shares this award from the city, a girls' school. They could have had a couple of more acres and the school would have been found it much easier. But they don't treat that as a challenge. We've all seen their teachers, their principal, their girls using every opportunity, every nook and corner of their school in a physical sense, in a literary sense, in a cultural sense, and exceptionally good results, exceptionally good co-curricular activities. The Telegraph School of the Year, for the first time, I think they receive it, the Sushila Birla Girls School. I think we can clap louder for them because they've really worked hard in the last many years, but especially in the last decade. How old is the school? It's not very old, I think. 28 years. That's a really young school. Yes, principal, past principal, all here, all smiles. This is not something that has happened in 12 months. It has happened over a period of time. The Telegraph School of the Year is the Sushila Birla Girls School. I would say it is a school with a lot of heart, with a lot of finesse. They do things with a lot of subtlety also, and a lot of, I think, a very special effort from their fantastic teaching staff. Let's put our hands together for the Sushila Birla Girls School receiving the Telegraph School of the Year from Mr. Dhruva Mukherjee. Come forward. They're waiting for their maybe principal and next immediate past principal and principal. Come forward, students and teachers. Some of you sit down or kneel down. Some of the girls, and maybe Dhruva sir, you can go in the middle. Come on, one more time. 3 cheers for Sushila Birla Girls School. Hip hip, hip hip, hip hip. So a school from the Sundarbans, a girls' school from the heart of the city, and there's a third. We couldn't decide. Actually, we narrowed it down to 11 schools only, but we couldn't decide. But we narrowed it down finally to 3. Congratulations, girls. Congratulations, teachers. Congratulations, those who are here from the management. Yeah, this way. Now, I don't know how all of you are going to come back for the photograph. Hold on. Don't put the slide up yet. The Telegraph School of the Year is also presented this year to a school that is picture perfect. It looks perfect. Results superb. Academics very strong always. Very disciplined. Fantastic in sports and other co-curricular activities. And really a pride of the city. The Telegraph School of the Year is proudly presented to Don Bosco School Park Circus. Come, Father, come. If there's anybody from Don Bosco School Park Circus, nice to see the fathers here. Students, come quickly, please. Very quiet fellows, yeah? Nobody's cheering. You chaps, we should have been really clapping for yourselves loud. As I said, maintaining standards is a really tough thing to do. You ask the Brazilian football team, they'll tell you. Very well done. Don Bosco School Park Circus. A lot of hard work put in by all of you. Not just 1 year, many years. Oh, big crowd, big crowd. We request all of you to please be seated. We're almost through. We're almost through. 3 cheers for Don Bosco School Park Circus. Hip hip. Hip hip. Come on, you guys say hooray. Hip hip. Thank you very much, Mr. Thank you, Dhruv, sir, for helping us with the photograph organization also. So many people. Congratulations to all three schools. Wonderful. We'll call, please, Father, tell everybody not to go away. Please be seated. Just 2 minutes. There's nothing more to say. There's no vote of thanks. We've already given our vote of thanks. Thank you for all the support that you've given the ABP group for 100 years, you and your parents and your grandparents, and even before that. Thank you, all the schools. Thank you particularly to all our angels who have constantly been by our side for the last 27 years. God willing, we will meet in the last on the last Saturday in August for the Telegraph School Awards for Excellence for the 28th year. Till then, encourage children and young people to be curious. Allow them their space and allow them their opportunity to ask what, when, why, how. Thank you all very much. It's been my privilege to be presenting this for the 27th year. Hopefully we'll have many more years. Let's have a round of applause for all the people backstage, lights. Thank you, St. James School. Thank you very much. We will now all stand and sing the national anthem. May I request you all within 10 seconds, please settle down. You can chat later. You can have your postmortems later. Please settle down. Silence at the back, please. Thank you. Jana Gana Mana Dhinayak Jaya Hai Bharat Bhagya Vidhata Punjab. Thank you very much. May I request the students to be seated and let our guests move towards the exit. Please remember, if you want to be in touch with us, please be in touch with us. This is only a drop in the ocean. Much more needs to be done. Please, those who are recipients, scholarship tomra jara pecho, awards jara pecho, please remain, please be seated. All those schools and individuals who have received awards with your teachers and principals and management, please seated. We have to have photographs. BDG, আমার মনে হয় বড় গ্রুপ ফটোগ্রাফটা বাইরে নিতে হবে, এখানে হবে না, ইম্পসিবল। হ্যাঁ, ওখানে আচ্ছা, তাহলে গ্রুপে নে। Please be seated. Those of you who need to come up for the photograph. ছাড় সোমনাথ ছাড়। হ্যাঁ দিয়েছে, ওটা রেখে যায়। জলটা দে। It was fine. সোমনাথ